Hello, welcome to Access Paranormal, and joining me tonight are two very, very special guests. There should be three of them, but one of them is not here. And we've got Susie and Lisa from Fort Spooky.
Oh,
Hello, and I got it right.
you did.
And I'm starting to do that. And behind the scenes, I couldn't get your names correct, could I? But now I've had a little bit of a practice, I've got it right.
You've nailed it.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Fort Spooky. I know you go out and I've watched a few of your videos where you've gone out and about into these little, well, they're not exactly little buildings, are they? So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Basically, I started the channel, about 18 months ago. I started the channel because I had my own experiences. And then I thought, you know what, I really want to try and get that evidence because obviously with the experiences I've had, I know that it's real.
Yeah.
So I thought we'll start, because obviously to get evidence, you need to film it so that you've got the evidence to show everyone. And it was like, sort of put it on YouTube. And if anyone wants to join the journey, then they're more than welcome to join. And then obviously I met Lisa and Ange and they joined me as a team.
Wow. And now you've got Lisa and Ange, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Ange isn't with you tonight, so which is a shame, really. I mean, obviously she's got her personal things to read, why she's not there. But we've got Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa, how did you get to join Fort Spooky?
I've been friends with Susie for about three and a half years.
Yeah.
We met through her other YouTube channel.
That's not called Potter Poppet, is it?
Potter Poppet, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, we met through that because we're both, originally her Potter Poppet channel used to only be about Harry Potter, and we're both big Harry Potter fans. So we got chatting, we got friendly, and then she told me she was starting Fort Spooky, and we'd been out just occasionally with you, hadn't we?
Yeah, you had, yeah.
And then we ended up having a bit of a chat one day, and she's like, I'd really like you to join the team. And so it's about 9 months.
Was it February?
Yeah,
It might have been around February.
March time. We decided she asked us to join the team. We all sort of have our little roles, don't we? But I'm the taxi driver because I'm the only one that drives.
I thought you meant for real then.
Yeah, not literally, no. You basically do the majority of like the
filming, editing,
that side of things. We have offered to help, but Susie likes to do it her own way.
Susie, you're just like me there. I'm the same. I like to do it my way.
Yeah.
We're perfectly. I think she likes the fact that Fort Spooky has a certain look and a certain way, and that's fine. We're happy to go along with that. And she tends to be the techie side of things.
Yeah, she's the technical.
She likes inventing things, and she's made
REM
silent REM pods.
Yeah.
And
wow.
She likes fiddling about with the electric side. And one day I'm sure she'll blow herself up.
Yeah, she will.
But yeah, she likes trying new things and getting new tech and things like that, doesn't she? Yeah, she's that side of things.
Yeah.
So we became a team, and
we just fit well.
Yeah.
We all get on.
We all have very similar sense of humour.
I was going to say then, and Susie, you do that when you come across on your videos. You're always looking after each other all the time.
Yeah. Susie's the one that's a little bit more. You get a little bit more spooked, don't you?
I think it's the living scare me more than the dead.
Fair. That's a good point. That. Yeah.
So, for instance, the video where we were barricaded upstairs, we knew that was living, and that scared me. And when we hear something quite big when we're out investigating, I automatically, my brain says that's a person and they're going to hurt me. So then I start to get scared, and when I realise, okay, that could be paranormal, then I start to calm down a bit because I'm like, they're fine.
It's a natural way to do it, though, isn't it? Because if you hear noises, you automatically think there's someone in there with you. Because if you think about the derelict buildings, anyone can go in them.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's only when you find out there's nobody in there, that's when it changes.
Yeah, we've got opposite like Susie tends to get a little bit, you can get a bit excitable, can't you?
Yeah.
Angie's just so calm. She's so calm. She's almost like horizontal. She's so laid back.
Yeah.
And I'm in the middle. I can sometimes get a bit.
Basically, if Angie's scared, we're
We're
out.
all scared. Yeah. We're leaving. We're going now.
Oh, you should watch some of our videos when we're doing them. I've just frozen there. Some of our videos, I mean, I've been doing it for, it must be 16, 17 years now, I've done paranormal, and I still get on edge. And we've done something for America, and we're actually just going to put them out on YouTube. We had 2 people over in America in a studio, and they filmed us out and doing the ghost hunt and that. And quite often I was the one who was getting a bit scared on the ghost hunts.
The thing is, it's the unknown.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes we've not had the comments because we've not had a video where we're like massively scared yet, apart from if it's included real people. But you know, sometimes you'll get the comment, why do you do it if you're scared? And it's like, no, it's the unknown. The unknown is scary, but we want to know what the unknown is.
Well, the good answer to that is, why do you smoke if going to kill you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it's because it's an addiction. I find like paranormal investigating is an addiction.
It is, yeah.
It's not an addiction like smoking, but it's more of an addiction that you enjoy it. Everybody enjoys the paranormal stuff. You know, you can see that when you're watching people's videos. When I watch yours, you know, you have a good laugh, you're serious, and then you know you're also very conscious of what's around you as well. But it's great fun getting out there. It is. Lots of going somewhere where you're not expecting what's going to happen.
Well, Susie's aim in life is to get a level 35. She calls it.
We've leveled apparitions. Level 35 is one that waves to you, and it's a full-bodied apparition, and it interacts with you. That's a level 35, and we want to get that.
Her aim in life is a level 35.
A level 35.
My level is just run. Level 1, run. But how, I've got to ask this, and I like asking this to other groups as well, is how did you get the name Fort Spooky?
I'll let Susie answer that.
Well, I look at it like, when I've watched, before obviously I started the channel, when obviously I'd watch, I don't know, a scary film or someone else doing a paranormal investigation, and you know when you're scared and you kind of make a blanket fort?
Yeah.
It kind of comes from there.
Well, that's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
I like that one.
So you can imagine Susie with a blanket round her head.
It's my fort.
Every paranormal investigator does that in the end.
Yeah.
We have a lady in our group called Liz. And she puts a hood over her head and she turns into what were they called now? Oh, I can't even think of the word now. What were they called years ago? And there was like 5 ninjas, like they were like ninjas.
Oh, Power Rangers?
Power Rangers, yeah. She says, I'm thinking about Power Rangers now. And she goes into that. Yeah, you must be as old as me then if you know that. So you've been out and about and you've been to a lot of places. Tell us about some of the places you've been to and whether you'd go back there or you wouldn't go back there. Just a little bit of interesting stories on them.
I think one investigation that really sticks out to us was the apocalyptic streets. We can't explain what happened that night. We was in a house and it was as soon as we walked in, we didn't even have to put equipment out. I could hear somebody stomping upstairs, but you two couldn't hear it.
No.
Luckily, the camera picked it up. But then it ran. And then you heard it. But then we checked the stairs and it's blocked up. You can't get upstairs.
Right, so
basically the place that Susie's talking about is actually used for air softening. So they've basically, it's it's 3.5 streets worth
Of abandoned
of
houses.
abandoned
Wow.
houses, and they've taken the front doors off most of them
And the back,
doors,
so, they can
so
run
that
straight
people can
through.
run through to play airsoft. And it's
Yeah.
this whole part of an old RAF
RAF.
base.
Yeah,
Wow.
And literally they've done it so that you can't get upstairs
'Cause it's so
in any of the
unsafe.
houses, because they don't want obviously people getting sued and stuff because
Yeah.
they're like falling through the floor or
Mhm.
whatever. So they've got it so you can go through the houses, but you
Mhm.
can't get upstairs in any of the houses.
no.
But it literally sounded like somebody was having a domestic
Oh,
upstairs.
you went. Yeah. We had a little bit of an interference with the internet then when you were saying about you came to the part where the houses were blocked and you were going
right.
through the buildings, and then all of a sudden it went a bit funny, the audio then.
Oh, they blocked the stairs off,
Yeah.
so the people going to play airsofting couldn't go upstairs because
Yeah.
obviously because it's really unsafe. They're really old houses, so
Mhm.
it just stops people getting sued and things. We're assuming
Fair
But-
enough. Yeah.
But we were sat there and it sounded like
it was.
two people were having a domestic upstairs.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it was. We heard footsteps, and then you two heard the footsteps when it was like running.
Yeah.
Then we didn't hear this with our ears, but on the camera it sounds like a conversation's going on,
Hmm.
and then a door slams.
You heard the door slam.
Yeah, upstairs, and we, we're just a bit like, what? I have no experiences. I don't know what to make of this. We know no one's upstairs, so what is that? It was really bizarre.
And how did you feel at the time? I mean, obviously it was just the three of you there.
We just kept
Excited.
looking at
Yeah,
each other.
I was really excited.
What?
It was exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was
And
really shocking.
And to capture the audio was really good.
Yeah. Video's on there. I think it's called Apocalyptic Streets or
I
something.
think so, yeah.
In fact, I think it's, you can put a video at the top of the channel,
Yeah.
like a feature video.
Yeah.
I think it's that one.
Yeah.
Right. I'll have a look for that.
It was a good night.
There is one place that we have gone back to lots and lots and lots of times.
It's an asylum, Rorsby.
Never been there.
It's near Sleaford.
Yeah, it's difficult. You can't
It's blocked off
really
at the
get
minute.
in there now. They're
No.
basically going to build houses on the land.
Yeah.
They're planning on taking it all down.
No, they can't.
Are they not?
They're listed buildings. I
Okay.
think they're going to turn them into flats. But we've spent hours and hours and hours and hours and nights and nights and nights in that place.
Wow.
Comparing investigations, our findings, we have it all. Well, I've got it all written down at home, just so we can compare, because 9 times out of 10, you can't walk into a place and say it's haunted. You've got to keep going back. You've got to keep trying,
Yeah.
and you've got to compare your findings. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? With the investigations.
Oh,
But
definitely.
we got pretty obsessed over that place, didn't we?
You couldn't particularly go into that place and not get something.
No, it's a very strange place.
Right. Shame I can't go that one, isn't it?
Well, we'll let you know when you can access it,
Yeah.
because we can
come with you.
keep checking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
come
yeah,
with
come
you,
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It
that'd
was
be-
where they filmed.
The Lucifer effect.
Oh, yeah. Is that where they filmed it?
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
it was filmed.
We don't tend to ask questions about the Lucifer effect. I mean, it was an asylum. It was opened in 1902.
Yeah.
And the experiments and things that went on in there, I mean, that's what we go for to see. You can feel the energy, can't you?
Over the Second World War, it was used as a
Burns
burns
unit.
hospital for the RAF.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And we've actually had like a couple of times on like
Spirit box.
Spirit Box and things like that. We've had like things saying about burns and stuff.
Yeah, quite a lot.
So yeah, it's had quite a mixed past, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried? We use one called the Spirit Talker.
Yes, we use that.
That's
one.
what we
That's
use
what we
it at the
use.
minute.
Yeah.
Do you turn the internet off, the Wi-Fi and everything when using it?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've used that a lot now, and we find that really interesting. It's hit and
We
miss.
do, don't we?
Yeah.
It's hit and miss, but we've we used it as an experiment in different
Mhm.
locations.
Yeah.
There's one location we went to called Bloody Acre. It's just a field.
Right.
There was a battle put in there. I can't remember the dates, but we went in there, me and Jonathan. We recorded it. We didn't film it, sadly enough, but we recorded it for the radio. And on the spirit talk, we come up with bones. Well, it's right next to a graveyard. We went, oh, there's a graveyard right next to it.
Wow.
And as I meant to move, I kicked something on the floor, and when I looked down, there was a bone on the floor, a big bone.
Oh wow.
What I've done is I took a photograph of it, and where I work is a training centre, and we have a lot of medics. So I took it into the medics and the photograph, and I said, "What kind of bone's that?" And he went, "It's a vertebrae." And I went, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, but that's not like a modern vertebrae." He said, "Looking at the way it is," he said, "that's over 100 years old, that vertebrae."
Wow.
Wow.
So it could be from like a battle in past
Well,
times and thing, yeah.
We come to the conclusion that obviously there's wild animals around there, and we think it's probably picked the vertebrae up, took it into that field. But what was weird was the actual spirit talker saying bone,
Yeah.
not bones, bone, and it
Yeah.
was right next to me foot. You know, and things like that.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a place you'll have to come. We'll take you along there if you want to. There's a place called Allerton Towers. If you go onto our channel, I'm advertising now, Access Paranormal Podcast. And Access Paranormal Radio. We've got 3 channels. If you go on to Access Paranormal Investigate, we're at Allerton Towers. That's a really good place. That the mansion's gone, but the orangery still there. That's really good.
Oh wow.
Do you ever do a lot of outdoor stuff as well? I know you do a lot of indoors.
Yeah, we do.
Ange is obsessed
With
with
churches.
churchyards. She's obsessed. Oh my god.
You'd get on well.
She looks at her phone and she's got thousands of pins. And I'm like, Ange, of all those pins, how many of them are churches? She's like, oh, about 90%.
You'd love the one near us, Ange, because we've got a massive one right next to us.
Oh, she would love it.
We've
She'd
done
love
it a
it.
few times. Yeah, tell Ange we've come along and do that one.
Yeah, she loves
Amazing.
churches, loves churchyards.
She loves woods as well.
Yeah, woods.
We did, it's not out yet, it won't be out for a while, but we went filming last week and me and Ange went into some woods and they date back to the Vikings.
Oh wow.
It was amazing. We loved it.
Oh, I'd love
Apart
that.
from Ange getting obsessed over what she thought was a slug, but turned out to
Oh,
be
it was
a poo.
poo. It was hilarious.
Who is that?
So
She felt really stupid. We showed her the clip today and on the when you
I
was here.
filmed,
wasn't it?
I did film it. So.
And like, she's like,
Right.
I'm so stupid, aren't I?
Yeah, you'll have to put at the end on some of the things that like the behind the scenes, the funny side of it.
Yeah.
We've started planning that, doing the funny side, because me and Jonathan are a bit of jokers behind the scenes. We jump out at each other.
Oh yeah.
Or we'll play a trick on each other. Like I think there's one podcast on Access Paranormal Podcast. Is there was one where we do catch ups every month. We do a sit down catch up. It's just letting people know what we're doing. All 35 of them. We're not worried. And what we do is we just do things like that. And I come away from the camera and I said to Jonathan, he said, "How did it work?" I said, "Well, it's all right, but there's only you on it." He said, "You're joking." And then he clicked and that had come off the screen to look at it. So he thought the whole thing had just recorded him and it hadn't. So
I think we are getting quite well known for being quite comical, aren't we? And there's one
Farts.
we're always farting.
Always farting.
Always. There's one lady who is our follower.
Fart spooky.
And she calls us fart spooky instead of fort spooky.
Could it be called Spooky Fart?
Spooky farts.
Spooky
I like
farts.
that. I like that.
But yeah, we do take the mickey out of each other quite a lot, don't we?
The thing is, when you've got a quiet night, I like to put the quiet night videos up to show people that you don't always get potential activity.
Exactly, yeah.
But at the same time, I do enjoy still putting the videos up where they're quiet nights because they're worth watching because they're a laugh.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, even when you put them up, you know, we don't say nothing happened because it's still that anticipation as well. But it's nice to have a variety because, like you just said, then Susie, nothing happens all the time. You know, it's what I'd say 95% of the time something will happen. You get the jumps, you'll get the things that make you jump and that, and but sometimes you can like debunk them.
Yeah.
You know, and
Even if we have a night where everything got debunked, we'd still put it up, wouldn't we? 'Cause, like,
You've got to show people.
we've got to show people that, you know, at the end of the day, I think like ghost investigating is, well, you're going to have 9 out of 10 where not everything's going to happen, is it?
So the annoying thing is when we get EVPs and we think we've got an EVP, and then I edit in the video, and then I message him, and I'm like, no, it was one of us.
yeah. Well,
It's like Susie snorted or something. And she's like, oh.
I've done one where I thought I'd seen a shadow, and I was watching it, like, and then I said to someone, I can see a shadow moving. Then I realised it was my shadow. Like staring at the thing. Yeah. Nobody, I'm thinking nobody's noticed this shadow, but they all obviously knew it was my shadow except me.
Yeah.
And I was convinced that this shadow was like moving. I'm thinking, but I was leaning and I'm watching it going, it's moving now, you know, like that. Why is nobody watching it? It was me.
Then you look at yourself and you think, why did I not realise that?
I know, I'd just be honest and tell everybody, because if I don't tell anybody, they'll tell everybody anyway what happened.
Yeah.
So might as well be honest with everyone, mightn't I? Yeah. So going back to the very start of Fort Spooky, how did you get together? Because obviously there's 3 of you. How did you all get together and say, let's go here? And what was your first investigation for the 3 of you?
Oh gosh,
I can't even think. Before we got together as a team, me and Angie used to come out with you sometimes anyway, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't think we're the first.
Because we went with Matt. Matt is Susie's
husband. He's on the channel a little bit,
and we did the one where we was with Shannon came as well, which is Angie's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you remember the one in the wood where Matt was throwing stuff?
Oh, my husband. He doesn't come with us anymore. He's not allowed. Me and Ange walked through these woods, and we walked away a bit. We wanted to go further in, and something was thrown. And so me and Ange were like, wow, we're getting something. And we got all excited, and we said, can you throw it again? Not known to us, Matt was in the background going, yeah, I'll do it again. It was him. He was throwing stuff.
He stood with me and Shannon, and she goes, can you do that again? He's going, yes, I can. Like that, throws this stone. I'm like, Matt, she's going to kill you when she gets hold of you.
I can't remember the first investigation.
No, I can't actually. God, there's been that many.
I mean, it'll be on the channel, but I can't think.
I'd say probably one of the first ones will have been Roresby.
Yeah, it would have been.
Wow.
One of them was when I couldn't get in because I was floating on top of the fence because I couldn't climb it.
That was Roresby.
Roresby. Yeah, because you and Ange went
on our own. That was right. Yeah.
I can't think of the first one we did though. Oh, it might have been
Colby Grange.
No, the Rainbow House.
Oh, there's a place called the Rainbow House. You might have heard of it.
No.
It's a house. It's been abandoned for years and years.
Yeah.
It's literally sat on the side of quite a busy road. Mm-hmm. But when you go in, all the stairs are painted different colour. So
right.
Everybody calls it the Rainbow House.
The story behind it is that there was a murder, but there wasn't. Mm-hmm. That story's mixed up with another house in another place for some reason. But the weird thing is, every time we've gone, we've picked up on a murder happening there. So I'm like, yeah, it's really weird. It's every time we've gone.
I think that really was probably weird. The first one we did, wasn't it?
It might have been actually. It might have been the first one.
The strange thing that happened to me was when we moved into this house here where I'm in now, is it was gutted. We replastered and everything else and that. And one day I was in on my own, and I was standing there, and 2 kids were at the gate. And I was like, watch them, because we got a big garden at the side. When it was empty, they used it as a football pitch, playing football, which is fine. They're not doing anybody any harm. And I was stood there in the living room watching them. I was thinking, what are they up to there? And the window was open slightly. One of them turned around and said, hey, look, people have moved into that ghost house. Like that. And I'm going, what's gone on here then? So we're still looking a little bit into it, but we have had some strange things happen here.
Well,
So,
Susie has in her house, and we have in ours as well,
oh,
where
yeah.
we are now. Yeah,
Well,
we've investigated here in our
Yeah.
house about 3 times now. We've had some really weird stuff going on for years.
We've not investigated this one because of the kids come, so we don't really investigate it.
yeah.
We had we've had things going on for a long time. I'll give you sort of an idea of how long. The first time, it was actually my youngest son said, we were talking, and we used to call the noises and the things that used to happen in the house, we used to call them our visitors, didn't we? So that the kids wouldn't know what we were talking about. And one day I said to Ange, I said something about the visitors, and Niall, my youngest, looked up at me, and he was 6 at the time, and he just went, are you talking about that man and that boy that's upstairs? And I looked at him and I said, what?
Wow.
And he said, yeah, that man and that boy that are upstairs. He said, I don't mind them being in my room, but sometimes I wish they would shut up because they're ever so loud sometimes. And I just went, oh my God. And he's 24 this year. So, and he doesn't remember it. He doesn't remember it.
Wow.
So we've lived
same
here
house?
19 years now, and it's just been going on the whole time. It went quiet for a while, and it's kicked back up again since she's been coming round.
Whoa. Someone's going to be banned from the house, I think.
Leave now.
No, you've never been to Mill Street, and I can't wait for you to come to Mill Street and experience it. If you ask Amy or not,
she's told me.
Yeah.
I think both of them have told me it's really good.
Yeah. Do you know what? The lovely people. I can't wait for them to come back again. We had a great night with them too.
Oh,
I did. Jonathan was on his holidays, I think, and it was me again. He keeps disappearing, Jonathan.
He keeps leaving you to it, doesn't he?
Well, we call him Jonathan Chalmers because if he's not here, he's on holiday somewhere. He just disappears. And then he goes, I might be back and I might not. He said he's taking his wife up to Blackpool and he's on his way back. And he said, I might not get back in time. He said, will you just do it? And I went, yeah, okay, I'll do it. But I got Jonathan in. I used to do it on my own before. And just talking about Mill Street Barracks, I won't tell the full story again because I've told it about 30 times and it's cruel. I was doing an interview like this, but just for the radio. Have you ever heard of Dark Territory?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean, 2 Seans and Carl. And I was doing an interview with Sean Kennett, and I was in Mill Street on my own, and just everything kicked off that night. If you go onto the YouTube channel, Access Paranormal Radio, I think it's about number 13 or number 14, the interview with Sean Kennett. And I was on my own, and loads of different things happened that night on me. And then I said to Jonathan, do you want to be my co-host with me, Jonathan? Because I don't really want to come in here on my own anymore. So he came in with me, and ever since then he's been here, unless he's on holiday.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Do it again.
Always leaving me, dumping me all the time. He is.
We'll get the violin out for you.
I was just gonna say that.
Right, it was nice to meet you, isn't it?
Never again.
I'm gonna. I know it's Angie who's not there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about each one of you. Starting with Angie, because obviously she's not here. So let's start with Angie and give it a little bit of publicity.
She's my wife. She was born in Portsmouth.
Hmm.
She's 47, I think. Yeah, 47.
She's going to kill you.
Yeah. Thought so. She has one daughter and she's crazy. She's completely bonkers, but funny,
Yeah.
sarcastic,
Right.
funny, and just really nice person. But you have to get to know her.
Yeah.
She will come across a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
She's got a very good resting bitch face, is what we say. But she's soft, really
She is
softy.
really soft on the
And
inside.
she's got such a cracking sense of humour. She will have, like, she has Susie in the hysterics all the time.
Yeah.
I'm used to it now. I'm just like, oh God, here we go. So that's Ange.
Okay, Lisa, now about yourself.
I am 52, old bitch. I was born in pretty much where we live now, near Lincoln. I've got 2 sons, and well, I used to be a nurse.
All right.
My first paranormal experience was when my mum died, which but around the time I had my son, and so that was 27 years ago.
Yeah.
Been obsessed with paranormal stuff ever since. Used to be the most avid, most haunted watcher. Don't watch it anymore. Gone for the real stuff now.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I have a degree in science, so I
Wow.
like to look at things quite logically.
Lisa's good to have on the team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do tend to try and debunk a lot of things. I'm
Stuff
very,
that we can't debunk in a scientific way. You're quite good at that.
yeah. She says I'm a walking thesaurus.
She is a walking thesaurus.
Because I come out with all the random words.
Yeah, the big words.
And that's me. That's the end of me.
Yeah.
Okay, Susie.
Hi, I'm Susie.
This isn't a dating site, Susie.
Hey, meeting.
I know. I'm 35. 30 plus 5.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say about myself. I'm married to a
Crazy
man.
boy, Matt.
Yeah, crazy boy. I've got 2 boys. I'm a qualified painter and decorator. I don't.
Wow.
But I don't do it.
Oh.
I don't really know what else to say about myself.
Doing YouTube about 4 years, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've been doing YouTube 4 years, but obviously Fort Spooky's been going on about 18 months. I had my first paranormal experience when it was between 6 and 8 years old, and I've been obsessed with the paranormal ever since. And that's me. I'm boring. I'm
Um,
boring.
Susie, you know when this goes out, you're gonna love, because the picture just froze for a few seconds. Then you should have seen your face.
Was it good? Was it a good one?
Oh yeah, I might use that. In the photograph you've sent me, I might use that on the front cover.
Do it.
You're gonna look a fool.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. I've got a sick sense of humour as well, so don't worry. So, going back to Fort Spooky and going back to the locations you've been to, is there a location that you would, you've been to all these locations, is there one which is on your mind to go to and you've not got there yet? That was a good one, wasn't it?
It was a good one.
There's this place called Hill Street Barracks that we came to.
I don't know.
We've said a couple of times about is it called the Station House? The one that quite a few people have been to. I'm not sure. Is it called the Railway House?
Is it the rail? Oh,
You know
the
what I
rail
mean?
lady.
Yeah.
Is it the railway?
Right, the
Railway Cottage, is it called?
I think a lot of people call it that. The railway cottage.
Oh, whereabouts is that?
near Mansfield.
Yeah, there's a
Mansfield.
lady, you just apparently chuck her a few pennies and
She lets you have the key.
yeah.
Oh, that's
A
good,
few,
isn't it?
it went a few people, like a few YouTube paranormal people
Mm.
went in a
Mm.
bit of a clump, didn't they? There seemed to be quite a
Yeah.
few went in a row. We've said about going there.
Yeah, we have said that one. I don't really know because we tend to find our own places, don't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
We're not keen on going to ones per se that you have to pay for in the
I'm not
respect of the fact that, like, some of them seem to be a bit overdone sometimes, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, we said with Rorsby, for instance, at the minute it feels like because a lot of people have been going there
Hmm.
and the energy's dropped.
Yeah, it's like somebody going into your house week after week after week. You just go, oh, come on. So
Yeah.
The last few times we went in, we found a lot of sort of evidence of people going in there. There was pentagrams painted on the floors. There was candles all over the place. There was a lot of stuff that sort of made us feel a little bit like people were going in there and doing things they shouldn't be doing, basically.
Mhm. And how do you feel about that? You know, when you go into them places, do you feel annoyed or do you feel a bit more tense because you think, what have they conjured up or what have they tried to do there?
When people trash places,
Yeah, that's annoying.
that's really,
Wrong,
great.
yeah.
Honestly, I don't understand. If you go into a house, let's say, for example, what we call a time capsule, you know, one
Mhm.
that's been like left for years and
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Why would you go in there and trash it? I don't understand. I find
Yeah.
it so frustrating because you're ruining
Yeah. Somebody's
things
home.
that's not yours to ruin.
No.
No, it's disrespectful and it's not fair on other people who want to visit as well. And the
Yeah.
sad
We
part-
will go and we will
Leave it
leave it as we find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we're not into
No.
stealing things
Oh, no,
or
no, no.
No.
or crashing things
Or
or
breaking
like
into
breaking
places.
things
If you
or
can't get in, you can't get in.
Exactly. I'm with you on that one. And it's
Mm.
sad really because it's these minorities what cause the issues for what give everybody a bad name. It's not just an individual. It tarnishes everybody, which is unfair because
Yeah.
there's a lot of respectful people like yourselves
Yeah.
who go in there and enjoy it and walk away.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
you've got the man there's not even a word for them who go in there and just ruin it for everyone.
I know.
yeah.
As for pentagrams and things, when you go in and find them, a pentagram isn't demonic.
Go on. I'd
A
wait
pen-
that with laughter.
Well, both me and Susie are into like witchcraft.
Pentagram is the 5 points of the star are earth, fire, water, air, and spirit.
Mhm.
They're designed.
It's just the
designed-
elements.
Yeah, they're designed as an elemental
Mm.
thing, not
It's
not
actually,
a demonic thing. It's
No.
people go in there trying to conjure up whatever it is they're
With
trying
a
to conjure
pentagram.
up with something that, and they obviously don't understand, do they?
No, a pentagram is actually a protective symbol.
They're doing all right then.
Yeah, so
So if they go in there trying to conjure up, they're obviously doing it wrong.
they're doing it wrong. Now, a pentagram upside down, yes, that's demonic when the 2 points are up. But it's the same as the Christianity cross. If that's upside down,
Yeah.
that's demonic. It's the same as that. But most pentagrams that I see, it's the right way up, and I'm like, you're doing it wrong. You know, you're not going to conjure anything.
You sit there quite smug going, yep.
Yeah. And I bet you got absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to tell you something really funny. Well, it's funny to me, and it stuck with me for years. Is we had somebody coming into one of our buildings, and they got the alphabet in laminated paper, A4. One was A, one was B, one was C. 26 sheets. Put them on the floor. Oh, I've never seen this before. This looks really interesting. You know, I've never seen it done like this. And I thought he's going to do a huge Ouija board. No, A, B, C, D, E, F, So it was an A and a B, and underneath that C, D, E, F, all the way down. So, this is, I've not seen this before, and I was watching him. He gets his bag out, and he gets a pile of sticks out of the bag. So this is, I've never seen anything like this before, ever. This is unique. And he called out, or whatever he's called out, I can't remember what he called out, and he threw them up in the air. And all the sticks splattered everywhere like that. Oh. So I watched him like that, and then all of a sudden, his colleague who was with him had a piece of paper, and he was going like, so there's 3 on A, there's 2 of them are on F, so like, he put all the letters on, 2 A's, 2 D's, whatever it was, and that. And then he was coming up with words, and it was like an anagram. So it was a Ouija anagram to me, because they were getting all the letters and then putting the letters together. They were putting them in like 2 A's, AA, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there's nothing on B or C, and so and so. And then they were coming out with words from the letters they've got. And I'm thinking, that's just anagrams and putting words together. And then he'd scoop them all up again, throw them up in the air again like that, and splatter them all over the place. And I just stood there and I went, if I paid £35 for this, I would want my money back straight away.
Give me my money back.
I've
I'd
never,
just be like, what are you doing?
in my head, I was going, this is not real. No. But the worst
Just
part
left
is,
at that point.
yeah, but the worst part is when he comes up to you and he goes, what do you think of our new idea? And I'm having to go, it's different. I've never seen anything like it, like that. And he
That's
said,
one
yeah,
word for it.
we thought we'd try another experiment. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's and I didn't know what to say. I just kept going, yeah, it's different. It's something to think about.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
not for too long, but something to think about. Yeah.
Just keep an eye on our videos. We'll be throwing sticks around
If I-
before you know
If I
it.
see you doing that in the building, I'm going to go, they listen to me. So
Oh, dear.
going off that experiment, and I think it's a funny thing, it'll stick with me forever, that is, what kind of experiments do you do when you're out on your investigations?
We are obsessed with EVPs.
At the minute.
At
Yeah.
the minute, we're obsessed with EVP.
We've gone through phases of doing quite a lot, haven't we? You've done dowsing
Dowsing
rods.
rods.
Mm-hmm.
We've done.
What else have we done?
We used to use what's the app called?
Ghost sheet. Oh,
Necrophonic.
Necrophonic.
We've gone through a few of the apps. We're a little bit about apps at the minute.
Spirit Talk we use. Necrophonic we tend to use. Estes method. We do the Estes method. We use Necrophonic for that, don't we?
Yeah.
I've got one at the minute that it's. I don't know how to explain it. They're called fortune telling cards, and basically on the cards I throw sticks. And I'm joking.
I thought you were being serious then. I was like, what?
I'm going to watch one of your videos and you're going to be going like that. Lisa, have you got them sticks?
Yeah. I was like, hang on a minute, I'm sure we haven't got those sticks.
No, on the cards, they all say different things, but they all mean basically yes, no, maybe, or like ask again sort of thing. And I'm really connected with these cards. I've slept with them, not like that.
All to their own.
I'm saying nothing else.
I'm really like connected to these
You've had
cards.
them a
I've
long
really tried.
time,
I've
haven't
had them a long time. I use them every day. I ask them questions and things.
All right.
But I thought, what if I brought them out, put some upside down on the floor, Lisa or Angie ask a question.
You did it first time.
I did do it for the first time, the other night. And basically they ask questions, and whatever card I'm drawn to, flip it over and see what the answer is. Just like get them to use me because I'm connected to the cards. And I did try it on Tuesday night for the first time, and it was quite interesting. And then I said, right, we're going to put these cards back, give a shuffle, pull 12 more cards out. I said, ask the questions again, but 2 of the questions that you've already asked, ask them again, see if we get the same answer. And we did.
Right.
It was quite interesting. So I do want to I want to keep
I think
trying
we're
that.
quite open to. We will
try
pretty much
anything.
try anything. I
Yeah.
think.
Mm.
I think you can't dismiss things
No.
until you've tried them.
You need to
I mean,
try.
there are some
Yeah.
things that we're just like, nah.
Well, throwing sticks, I think that's a fabulous idea. If I'm quite honest.
we're not into sort of like, I'll say demonic stuff, or like you said about like the pentagrammy type things, but we will pretty much try anything. But we are quite obsessed with EVP.
Oh, yeah, EVP.
Yeah.
Get that
Oh,
EVP
no.
machine out.
That's
She's
the
obsessed
number
with
one.
calling it an EVP machine.
Yeah, EVPs are the number one. I love EVPs. I really do.
It is
Yeah,
exciting.
but the funny thing is we haven't done it for a while. We've just started to start using the EVPs now. I think you go through phases of trying different things.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it's like what we're going to be doing on our podcast is doing an experiment on each investigation now to see how it goes. So we're looking forward to having to go doing that when the weather changes.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
weather's been horrific.
Yeah.
It's like we've learned, because we use we often put cat balls out. I don't know if you use them.
Yeah. I'm glad
But-
you call them cat balls, because a lot of people call them spirit balls and they're not the cat balls.
They're cat balls. They're meant to be for
But
cats.
we have discovered
There's a certain
Ange
way to have
and-
them. Yeah, Angie's discovered. Inside, there's a little blue tubey thing,
Right?
and there's a little metal ball inside that tubey thing. And it's when that moves that the ball moves. So if you have it so that tubey thing is upright, if that ball goes off, it's definitely been touched.
Oh, right. Okay.
What next time you put them out, just look inside the ball and you'll see it's like a little blue line with like a little red dot. And if you make sure that they are upright and that ball moves, you know that the only way that that ball will have gone off is because it had to have moved. Because for it to move, you have to tilt it so that the ball inside moves.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
you'll know that if it goes off, something had to have pushed it in some way or shape.
And Ange found this out because we had one that didn't work anymore and she took it to bits.
Oh, you're like me. Angie's like me. Then what is it? A hairdryer. If you blow with a hairdryer, you can manage to get them off, take them apart.
Oh.
Well, we went into a charity shop and we came out of there, would you believe, with a talking teddy bear. And and also, you know, one of the books, like children's books, that when you
Interactive.
open it, you press the buttons and
Oh,
they
yeah,
make noise. She came out with one of them, and she's in the process of making things that we can use. And like these ones that you have to touch, she's on about, well, I'll lay it out, and if something touches it, then obviously you know it's been like pressed or something. So she's got, honestly, it's like an electrician's nightmare in our cabin outside. She's got things in bits everywhere. There's teddy bear heads. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
It's a teddy bear graveyard in there.
Well, I'm into sound effects. I used to do a lot of stuff with theatres, and I like doing sound effects. And I was saying to Jonathan, maybe we should do a recording of sound effects. But you know, if we go to a location like bringing up Mill Street again, if we go into Mill Street, because it was connected to the army and things like
do
that,
military noises and
let's
stuff.
do some sound effects that that I can play in the building and see if the atmosphere comes up. Then, if we go somewhere else, the sound effects somewhere else for that place.
I was at an old RAF place, and apparently, because we got caught in there, but he let us stay because he knew we weren't going to trash the place. He laughed at us because of what we were doing. Because he was like, "What are you doing here?" And it's always a bit of a weird subject, isn't it? Just looking for ghosts. And he did have a giggle, and he said, "Right, you clearly know how to trash the place." But anyway, he told us a bit of like more depth in the history of the place.
Yeah.
And there was what's it called?
They had the air raid shelters.
No, it was like there was a night, they come over at night and they killed a lot of people.
So you played the air raid.
We played the air raid siren on YouTube, and it kind of, I don't know if it was coincidence, but it kind of worked.
Yeah, and you've also done it where They've been in places where there's supposed to be children and things, and they'll do nursery rhymes.
Yeah, I've
or-
sang. What do I sing? Oh, I sing "Ring Around the Roses."
Yeah.
I do
Everyone's
sing,
doing
I
that.
sing it.
I think it's the only one we know, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I
no,
think it's a good idea. I think if you can play
Familiar noises.
or make a noise of something that's appropriate to the
Wait,
to the
trigger.
area,
Mm.
then surely they could react to it, couldn't they?
I think so. I think when you do things like that, I think it's. I know it sounds disrespectful, and I don't mean it to be in any way. Is when you play music to someone who's got dementia or something,
Yeah.
it brings in the memory.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it works like that for people who've got dementia, which is a sad thing to
I've worked in care homes
have.
with people with Alzheimer's and dementia,
Yeah.
and if you play like music to them from a certain era that from when they were younger, they'll perk up and they
Yeah.
start getting involved and singing and stuff. And we used to do it on a regular basis. We would
Mm.
play like music to them or play or show them films from sort of like the eras that they're from, and they reckon it's a good thing because it helps it. And I think the same sort of thing
It could do it
with
for spirits.
spirits. If you're playing some music or you're doing something
how
that's
many-
appropriate to them,
How many
Yeah.
spirits are confused? How many spirits know they're actually dead? We tend to not say hello, spirits, in case they don't know the spirit.
No, I never call them spirits because I always think they once had a name, they once had a body like us, probably not as bad as this one, but
you're probably in better nick than me.
But we were saying as well, like in EVP sessions, I started asking random questions like, what's your favourite colour?
yeah,
What's your favourite flavoured ice cream? Just anything. Just talk to them like, they were human. And
we
we
went in that one of the first good EVPs we got was, can you remember when we went in
isolation
in the
hospital.
we went in an isolation hospital? Well, because I used to be a nurse,
Mhm.
I was sort of talking and I was saying that I used to be a nurse and I know you must have worked really hard and did you?
You asked if there was a nurse.
I said, are you a nurse like I am? And they said, and we heard
Yes.
yes.
Oh wow.
So I think because we've done that a few times, haven't we? Where if one of us has got an experience that we can sort of talk to that person about,
Mhm.
I think you're encouraging them to feel comfortable. And
Within that, yeah.
I don't
always
like
introduce
it when people
ourselves.
say hello, spirit, because I think but what if they really don't know that they're dead? What if
Yeah.
they think we're dead?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I've said spirits, I'm not going to lie, but one of the first things we do anyway when we start an investigation is introduce ourselves. Say we've come as friends, we just want to talk, we're not here to harm you. You don't know how confused they are.
Yeah.
They mean they might
No.
not be.
But
I
if
mean,
you think about it, sorry, Susie, if you think about it, they must have the same feelings as us, and they must feel frustrated because we're sitting in a completely dark room,
mhm.
and we're calling out for them, and they must be sometimes because I think it goes in it's like radio waves, isn't it? You pick up a sound and you don't pick up sound. It must be the same for them,
Yeah,
and they must be thinking, why just heard someone calling me? So
yeah.
the greatest film to explain that is The Others.
Yes, we were saying, I mean, they might think we're the ghosts.
Yeah.
They might have an EMF out on us.
We always used to get when we used to go in Rawsby, because of its history of being to do with mental health and things. We always used to say that we used to feel like they weren't that comfortable to come close to us.
They don't
Almost
come close.
like in their lifetime they probably
looked at us as normal, so we're like the doctors.
Yeah.
And they won't. They linger in the corridors.
We always felt like they were just round the corner or something, didn't we? So, and I think that must be the same for most spirits.
I think if you go in demanding, they're
Yeah.
not gonna.
They're not a performing monkey, is what Susie always says.
I always say that. I say if you don't want to do anything, that is fine, but please.
Yeah. Yeah, we always say if you want to, we do this. we're like mirrored of each other here, because we always say, if you can and you want to, please come
Yeah.
forward. We're not here to harm you.
Mhm.
And sometimes you feel like,
You've got to be respectful, haven't you?
Of course you have.
oh, definitely, because I like I said before, they must have feelings like we've got. It's just that they've
Yeah.
not the body we've got.
But can you imagine yourself if something happened to you and
Mm.
somebody was calling you? I'd be like, you talk to me like crap, mate. I ain't talking to you.
No. We were saying as well, because I can remember before we were a team, I was pulled up on about how much I have a laugh. And they was like basically saying that, you know, investigating is serious. And I was like, but they were people, they like to have a laugh. And not only that, they say that when you're scared, you give off a lot of energy, don't you, with fear?
Mhm.
And you can get a lot of activity because you are giving off so much energy. It's the
Yeah.
same with laughter. You must give off so much energy when you're laughing.
When
Oh,
you're
I
screaming and
fully-
chuckling.
Well, I fully agree with you both there, because there's been many a time where we've sat in a cellar or in an empty building and we're talking amongst each other and
Mhm.
having a laugh, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, something's
Yeah.
just. So I think they come in and go, wonder what were they having a good laugh at here?
Yeah, what are they talking
Yeah,
about?
they want to join in.
Yeah, we've had it, and we always sort of say quite often, haven't we, that when we've been having a laugh, something will happen, and we'll be like,
And they're
Mm.
like, why is it when we're always talking?
why is it when we was chuckling they decided to do
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
I'm. Do you know what? I've got total respect for you, because I know how you work similar to us in a way, which is great. I can't wait to do
I think it's the only
an
way to be,
investigation.
really, isn't it?
Sorry?
No, it'll be good. It'll be really good.
Oh, we've definitely got to sort it. We've only got a couple of minutes left. Would you believe how quickly that's gone?
I know.
Oh, that's gone really quick, hasn't it?
I'm
Like I
fine.
said, I can talk forever.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to sort out an investigation, because I think we'll have a good laugh together, won't we?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. We've got to. But we've only got a few minutes. Can you give us some information on where people can find your podcast, if you've got a website, Facebook, anything you want, email, whatever you want to do?
YouTube, Fort Spooky on YouTube, and we also have Fort Spooky Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Right.
There's also a Fort Spooky team page, which
For
I
Inst-
run.
Yeah.
I do Instagram and Facebook. So if you look up Fort Spooky and then you find Fort Spooky team, that's because that's me.
Yeah.
And wasn't there a message you wanted to send to Jonathan?
Yeah, we want some of these 3D printed ghosts, please. We need 3. Thank you,
Like
love
that.
you.
Yes,
So cute.
Oh, look at that. Vanishes as well.
We like you, Jonathan.
I'm going to play this. Well, you'll be listening to this on Sunday anyway, so he'll hear you saying it.
Oh,
But I'll message you anyway and say,
get that 3D printer out.
Yeah. Get it done.
he's going to say to me, how did they know about that? I'll say it was
Yeah,
right
yeah.
next to, I'll say it was
I'm
next to
flashing my ghost. Yeah. It's like, it's a peeping.
Have you named him?
Ghost.
Oh.
Steve.
Steve for the ghost. Are you serious?
Steve. It is a Steve. I can see it.
That's not
I think Gerald.
Gerald.
Oh, seriously. Competition, give it a name.
Yeah.
You still won't get a name. It's a ghost. Patrick. Sway's.
Patrick's going.
Patrick. Oh, okay.
Sway's ghost. No, that was not very enthusiastic of me, was it? So before we go, are you off out anywhere soon to start more filming?
We're out every week, basically, aren't we?
Apart from this week coming.
Yeah, this week coming, I've got a week off because I need a break. I'm very tired. My eyes are burning from all the editing and filming. And
Angie's not here because she's looking after her mum.
yeah, so we're having a week off, but most weeks we're out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Either
We
scouting or
We normally go out once or twice a week. You go out occasionally with
another team.
Another team.
Um,
But mainly we go out. We normally do a day of scouting.
Mhm.
Right.
Checking out, because you can guarantee of all the places we look, you're not always going to get in places, and some places Angie and Susie are great at finding places that actually aren't empty.
Oh, yeah.
well, what we've got to do then is we've got to get you on again sometime soon as well.
Yeah,
tell
that'd be
you what's going
brilliant.
on. We've come to the
Yeah,
end of the show.
we'll make sure Angie's here next time as well.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. We've got to go to the end of the show because I'm looking at the time now. So from Susie, Lisa and Angie from Fort Spooky, thank you very much. And from Access Paranormal, we'll see you again next week. Good night.